Hey guys, good morning. I'm just gonna have some kiwis this morning to start off with. I think these three should be right. These are golden kiwis. They're a little sweeter than the regular, more tangy green version. And then this morning before I got the camera on, Michael fed me one of these, I keep wanting to call them gooseberries, but they're golden berries. So here, actually this one's open already. I do like how they come in their own little, natural wrappers with the leaves around them. So that's what they look like. I've got an orthodontist appointment this morning that I gotta get to, so I'm just gonna eat a little before I go, and then I'll eat breakfast when I get back. All right guys, I opened that watermelon. I got a few slices here I'm gonna eat. So I'm gonna eat about a quarter of the watermelon, and then we'll probably do another quarter of it in a smoothie, maybe a little bit later, but I'm gonna eat this for now, and I'll probably make some oatmeal in a little bit here too. Okay, I just made some oatmeal. This is the first time I've had oats in a really long time because it was part of my elimination diet. I wasn't sure if this was an acne trigger for me, so I'm gonna experiment now and add it back into my diet and see what happens. I'm also gonna add a couple of little toppings here. I've got some golden flax that's ground up. I try not to grind my flax, too far in advance, but I normally do a few days at a time, and I keep it stored in the fridge. So I add 1 tablespoon of flax to my oats, and then I've got these barberries that I'm gonna add. These have a tanginess to them, so they're very tart. They're almost like tiny little cranberries, but they're dry. There's no sugar added or anything. Okay, so I'm just adding a couple tablespoons of barberries, and there was actually a study done on barberries and acne and how much of an effect it had on acne patients, and how it actually lowered their acne by something crazy like 45%, including the inflammation and the amount of breakouts that they were having. So that's what they look like. I haven't ever seen barberries at regular grocery stores. I found these at a Middle Eastern store here in town. I love the tanginess of those, but just beware. I tend to really like tangy stuff. Just know that if you've never tried barberries and you get these, they are very, very tangy. I mean, like sour. So they might make you pucker up on the first time having them. Okay, I'm gonna finish my oats. I'll see you guys in a bit. You gonna open it up? Our juicer just arrived. I'm so excited, you guys. It's been a while since we've had a juicer. So this is actually the very first juicer that I've ever purchased myself. Our old one, it was a Jack LaLanne, and I think that someone had given it to Michael when we were out in Maui. Anyway, so this is our very first one that we've actually picked out. So I ended up going with Omega. This is the VSJ843 model. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to go out to the grocery store. I'm gonna go get some celery and all kinds of stuff to juice. This is gonna be so much fun. Got some nice weight to it. All right, let's take that to the kitchen. All right, let's get this box open. I'm gonna get my steamer out and clean all of these. Oh, that's what that little part goes to. There's a lid to it. So we've got those 2 parts. I'm just gonna put this together with you guys because why not? I mean, otherwise I'd just be here by myself. Not talking to anyone. I'd just be here all excited all by myself. I wouldn't get to share this with anyone. Oh, look at that little cleaner brush there. Okay, we've got our little brush and little plunger there. Okay, hold on, let's get this open. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it looks like it's very well made. I mean, even like the plastic, the acrylic part, it looks very sleek. Okay, let's get this thing cleaned. What do they recommend for cleaning it? Okay, wait, let's get this. Okay, there's the little plunger part. That slips in there. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. Okay, so that's how that pops out. Just checking out the screen and everything in here. Then we've got our little containers here, one to catch the fiber. So it's got this little tap here, so you get your juice, and then once you pull that away, instead of having any leftover juice that's still kind of dripping out of there, you can just close that and keep your counter nice and clean. All right, we're gonna be cleaning those with my steamer in just a minute here. Okay guys, we're gonna make a smoothie. It's gonna be a watermelon cooler. So we're gonna do watermelon, strawberries, and mint. It's one of my favorite combinations, and it's a nice, hot, sunny day, so it's a perfect afternoon to have that. It is afternoon time right now. I was still so full from breakfast, and I had some dates this morning too, so I didn't really do like a whole lot for lunch. I was mostly just working. So all right, let's go ahead and get some ice in the blender. Okay, so we'll do about a cup and a half of ice. Look at this beautiful watermelon. I'm gonna chop that up a little bit smaller. That is a really sweet one too. I can't wait to get using that juicer though. I washed all the parts, so those are all kind of finishing up drying. I've got some of it put together back there, but that's gonna be fun. I don't have anything to juice today, so I'll have to go out. I'll see if I can go out to the store this evening. And we'll add just enough water to get it to start blending up. But the watermelon already has so much water in it, you only have to use a little. Just want to make some room for the rest. Then we've got some frozen strawberries. Just add about 4 large frozen strawberries. That's about a cup. I like to keep my mint and water in the fridge. It keeps it really fresh. So we're just going to do 1 sprig of mint. So this is more like a juice because we did more like a cooler, but if you want it, you know, thicker and colder, you can add more ice to it and a little less water. You really don't need hardly any water. It's really just enough to get the ice starting to blend up, but the watermelon has plenty. That's still really nice and cold though. I'm all out of fresh strawberries to do a little garnish, but we could put some mint up there. You could put a whole sprig in there. Very good. You want some?
Yeah, I'll just
Okay. Okay, just made a quick snack. We've got heart of palm, tomato, and basil leaves. So I just slice up the heart of palm and then the tomato, stack those, and then add a leaf on top. That's all it is. Super fast, easy, healthy. It's just fun to kind of, you know, poke your little toothpick in there and grab your little hors d'oeuvres off the plate. So normally this kind of combination is served with mozzarella, but we swapped out the mozzarella cheese for the heart of palms, and it's like the perfect replacement. It's like the best alternative. Oh, that basil is awesome too. There's my little basil plant. I gotta put this back on the windowsill. It's doing okay in the desert. You know, it's very dry air here, and these like moisture, right? But it's holding its own. It's doing all right there. We'll see you guys in a while. I'll see you guys for dinner. All right, guys, we're gonna make broccoli stir fry. Our broccoli. Heat down. Okay, we're gonna add our oyster mushrooms. I'm gonna use a little dulse seasoning. This is like a salt replacement. It's seaweed, good source of iodine. Okay, we're gonna add in our mung bean sprouts. Okay, so that's the first part of dinner. I've got a sweet potato that's gonna be done here pretty soon too.
what's left of it.
There it is. I forgot to film it earlier, so I'm just showing you guys the leftovers. All right, let's check out Chronometer. All right, we are on chronometer.com. This is my favorite website for tracking nutrients and also keeping my food diary digitally. So I got my food diary in here for today, and everything was in there except my dried fruit. Where is it? I had some goji berries earlier that I forgot to film. There we go. Goji berries and dates are somewhere in here. Yep, there's some dates. 2,080 calories today. 83% of that was carbs, 8% was fat, and 9% was protein. 99% of targets hit. I can tell you one of them is going to be selenium that I didn't quite hit, came very close to, but I didn't take a Brazil nut today, which normally I will to bump my selenium. Okay, selenium, there we go, in the yellow, 89%, close enough, not a big deal. Okay, in the fat category, I'm interested in the omega ratio, so I'm looking at the omega 3 to 6 ratio here. So today was 4.2 grams of omega 3, 4.6 grams of omega-6. That's very close. We are closing in on that 1-to-1 ratio. Let's check out protein. I'm at 140% today. That's over 60 grams. That's more than my body needs, but it's all from whole food sources, so they tend to overlap a lot with the vitamins and minerals and everything. It's so easy to go over the protein because it's just really easy to get. There's other things to be more interested in, you know, like your vitamins, your antioxidants, especially like anthocyanidins. I think protein just gets stuck in people's head because it's a macro, you know. I think it's just that's what gets into the media, you know, it's talked about all the time is the macros, right? Your carbs, your fat, your protein, and that just gets repeated constantly, like to death, basically. And it's like there's all these other nutrients that are being ignored almost, you know, in the media anyway. But if you go to the right websites, you know, if you're on PubMed, you're reading the studies about nutrients, about antioxidants and phytonutrients and polyphenols, that's way more interesting than just talking about, you know, macros all the time. So anyway, just thought I'd go off on a little rant there. Okay, over 1,000 milligrams of natural whole food plant-based vitamin C. Okay, so let's see where the vitamin C came from today. Top of the list, kiwi. By the way, kiwi is super nutritious for you. It is awesome. It hits a lot of categories. It's also high in vitamin E, so if you have trouble getting your vitamin E, get some kiwis in your diet. You can have the green kiwis or the sun golds. We have the sun golds. I love those. They're a little sweeter. Actually, they're a lot sweeter compared to the green, which are more tangy. Next up is broccoli, watermelon, strawberries, sweet potato, heart of palm, mung bean sprouts, goji berries, tomato, peppermint. Let's check out vitamin E, 168% today. Top of the list, broccoli. Next, kiwi. Sweet potato, watermelon, strawberries, peppermint, oatmeal, tomato, mung bean sprouts, basil. Calcium, 117%. Top of the list, broccoli, watermelon, sweet potato, medjool dates, goji berries, oatmeal, kiwi, flax seeds, strawberries. Iron for today was 163%. Let's see what was up there. Top of the list, watermelon, oatmeal, broccoli, barberries, oyster mushrooms, goji berries, sweet potato, medjool dates, heart of palms, flax seeds. Potassium is pretty easy to get. That's 295% today. Let's check it out. Top of the list for potassium, watermelon. Next, broccoli, sweet potato, kiwi, medjool dates, oyster mushrooms, oatmeal, strawberries, heart of palm, tomato. 161% for zinc today. Top of the list, oatmeal, very high in zinc, very good source of zinc. Next up, broccoli, watermelon, oyster mushrooms, flax seeds, mung bean sprouts, sweet potato, medjool dates, strawberry, kiwis. I don't want to talk to you guys' ear off too much. I gotta go shower. It's getting late. So it's past my bedtime. It's past 9:30 right now. So I want to get off to bed, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for breakfast. Bye guys.